Hello, Warrior Innkeepers, and welcome to Behind the Comics. I'm Benny Jack, creator and writer of the less than historical Adventures of Little Lincoln. Today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of a most troublesome page from issue 1. What you're looking at now was originally published as page 14 of the ongoing Little Lincoln webcomic. My team and I are always looking for ways to improve our book, and in the case of this page, improvement was desperately needed. When I got the colors back, the first thing I noticed was the color brown. As you can see, it was everywhere. Brown walls, brown floors, brown hats, brown hair. Now, before you all start thinking I'm ragging on my colorist, Ed Ellsworth, I want you to know the brown issue is as much my doing as his. You see, more often than not, Ed works without a color guide simply because I hate writing them. However, you can see a color guide would have helped us easily avoid this sitch. The first question I needed to answer was, what does the brown do that is damaging to the page? Well, the characters get lost in the background, and the emotion of the scene is mostly lost on the reader. So, how do we fix it? To find the solution, I went back to the inks. Panel 2 is where I would start. Here we have little Abe Lincoln clearly upset. He is angry to tears, but add color and the anger is lost. Why? Brown. Let's get rid of the brown and find a way to bring the anger back without losing the sad. To do this, I first flipped through a few funny books and some manga I had lying around to see how a panel like this might be handled by others. It would seem in order to demonstrate extreme emotions, action lines were used. Following their lead, I asked Ed to add these to the panel, but also to replace the overbearing brown with red. And bam, a bit too much. You see, we lost the distraction to brown, but created a new one with all the lines. Easy enough to fix. Much better. Now that panel 2 felt right, it was on to 3 and 4. I knew on instinct, if there is such a thing, something was missing here. So I IM'd Ed about it, but both of us were stumped. It seems silly now how I overlooked the obvious person to ask, but it took a duh moment before I emailed Paul Johnson, our artist, about our problem, and he quickly sent us back a solution. What you're looking at now has become my mantra. When in doubt, add color. Continuing the red into panel 3 builds upon Abe's frustration as he shouts, "I hate you all!" Then in panel 4, the looming shadows on his family really add the weight of the situation to end the scene on the right note. Ed's interpretation of Paul's solution was perfect. Playing with the opposites, red versus blue, Ed was able to help the reader feel the frustration Abe felt and express the mixed feelings the rest of the family is trying to ignore. Here, in the final posting of the page, we have reduced the browns and really brightened up the page while keeping the emotional roller coaster of the Little Lincoln family running the rails. I'd like to thank you for joining us and sharing this lesson learned on Behind the Comics. Don't forget to subscribe to Warrior Innkeeper Comics here on YouTube for more edutainment and comic trailers. This is Benny Jack saying, stay groovy, folks.